Shalom, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Reading with SHILO. What's up, man? It's SHILO, baby. I'm out here. Back at it. One more again. Back at it. One more again. Yes, sir. Not yet. Yes, once you're done.
We're done.
Okay. Give me a minute. You have to wait till I'm finished reading. Unless you want to put the movie on the living room. You can get your movie and put it on the living room. All right, so yeah, we're back at it. We're gonna finish up chapter 3 today. Chapter 3. We was almost done earlier. We could have finished it earlier. I just didn't want to go over the allotted time I've been allotting myself, about an hour. I want to keep it, if not an hour, then under. An hour under.
I'm sitting on the beanbag in the jar.
That's fine.
What we do with it?
No, matter of fact, no, just get on the sofa. Move the beanbags and get on the sofa. All right, so it was getting good. We got to a good stopping point. It was talking about P.T. Barnum and all the stuff that he had been portraying and or the hoaxes he had been going with the 161-year-old nurse of George Washington and other things that he had been lying about and pulling hoaxes on. So P.T. Barnum and Whiteface is where we stopped at. That's where we're going to pick up at. We got about 4 pages, about 4 pages, 6 in total, 3 front and back. About 3 front and back. So it might not be the whole full hour tonight because I will not go into tomorrow morning, lost their life. So, but we're gonna go ahead and get started with our 25, man. 25 to get in the door. Yep, that's what it is. 25 to get in the door. So I'm gonna do my 25, and you go ahead and do your 25. Ooh. And we'll rock out, and then we'll jump into the reading. So I'm gonna do my push-ups. I'm gonna do push-ups now. Oh Lord, I'm gonna do some of them like Mike Tyson things. But whatever it is, whatever you gonna do, you do your 25, and I'm gonna do my 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hurry up. 10, 11, 12. Hurry up. 13. Yes, Drill Sergeant. 14. Roger and Drill Sergeant. 15. Make me fine, Drill Sergeant. 16. 17. What'd you say, SHILO? Make me fine, Drill Sergeant. 18. 19. He used to get me in trouble. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. One more. 25. I got one more to grow. 26. All right. Make me fine, Drill Sergeant. Make me fine. Oh, you gonna get in the book? Don't worry, it's in here. Make me fine, Drill Sergeant. SHILO, give me 50 more. Oh, ain't no problem, Drill Sergeant. Make me fine. You ain't doing nothing but getting me right for when I get home. My people gonna be like, "Oh, you fine, boy." What you been doing? The Drill Sergeant been. You can't smoke a rock, Drill Sergeant. You can't smoke a rock. All right. I hope you got your 25 in. We done worked our body. Let's work our mind. And in the end, we're going to come back and work our body again to close it off. You got to prepare yourself, man. You don't know what's coming down the line. Maybe a zombie apocalypse. You're going to have to run, climb, something. You better get your ass up and do something. Before you get caught and you can't fight back. It could be anything, man. It could be anything. Hurricane with all these different events and things that's happening in the world, you should prepare yourself. You should always be prepared. You might need to make a move quickly, and you should prepare your body to move. So prepare yourself. And no, I'm not drunk. I don't drink like that. I'm not a drinker. I don't like spirits. Anyway, medical apartheid. You see, and speaking of spirits, that was the problem, or at least that was said was the issue with maybe it was Miss Bartman. Miss Bartman, maybe. I think it was Miss Bartman. Miss Bartman or whoever the sister was, I don't remember, was fed whiskey. Her slave master found out that she liked whiskey, and that her previous slave master would give her whiskey whenever he was ready to perform his sexual acts with her, and she was fine with that. So, no, I'm not a drinker. Never been. I don't get it. It tastes nasty, and even if I do drink, I can't drink nothing street. I need mine mixed together, gin and juice. It'll get you loose. But anyway, I don't want to get loose. Let's get loose in the seas of the pages of Miss Harriet A. Washington's book, Medical Apartheid. Everybody that comes in, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. We're working our way up to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go. Medical Apartheid, the dark history of medical experimentation on Black Americans from colonial times to the present. Chapter 3, Circus Africanus. Part 3 of Chapter 3, P.T. Barnum in Whiteface. Barnum, who had performed in blackface as a youth, capitalized on another important fad in skin color when he began to exhibit his encyclopedic collection of white Negroes. These were African Americans suffering from albinism, vitiligo, also called leukoderma, genetic masochism, and other medical conditions that whitened the skin. And such white Negroes were not unknown to Europeans. But in the mid-19th century, Americans facing a profound racial crisis suddenly found them fascinating. In 1846, Barnum hawked exhibits such as his twin Kaffirs, with bodies almost pure white, faces black as ebony, features perfectly human, noses, eyes, ears, and etc. Perfect miniatures of the Negro covered with black woolly hair. These were albinos with artificially darkened faces and hair. Barnum also called the Luciothiops, Greek for white Ethiopians, or leopard boys. Black albino women were displayed with exotic manufactured histories and names such as the Circassian Beauty. And in August 1850, Barnum displayed a black man whose skin was gradually but perceptibly lightening, and who claimed to have discovered a weed that would gradually turn Negroes white. And Barnum praised this discovery as the solution of the slavery problem, for the problem of slavery would disappear with their color. And other entrepreneurs displayed many white Negroes the public seemed never to tire of. The medical fascination with the white Negro reflected the belief of some scientists who pointed to the straight hair and finer features of property-owning free blacks and of enslaved house servants, proposed that African Americans were turning white as a response to the civilizing influences of Western European cultures. Of course, African Americans were acquiring European features the natural way, but many whites maintained a high level of denial about the degree of black-white mating. Yeah, you ain't want to tell how you was running through them. How y'all was getting drunk and running through them. The pink people. On a superficial level, the spectacle of a black person turning white was simply a freakish reversal of nature. And on the level of a bearded lady or hermaphrodite. On another deeper level, he posed the implicit threat to civilization because white skin was held to denote evolutionary advantage. Excuse me. Evolutionary advantages during this period, when most scientists insisted that whites were the superior humans, or perhaps even the only true humans. If a Negro could turn white, what would become of the special evolutionary status that whites enjoyed? If a Negro's black skin could be shed so simply, what, if anything, did it mean to be a Negro? The justification for slavery and unequal treatment of all kinds evaporated from skin color, or with skin color. And as Charles D. Martin muses in his provocative book, The White African American Body, the white Negro was not only a freak, but a troubling one, even if his viewers could not articulate why. And interestingly, the circus circulars, carnival barkers, and even medical scientists who studied white Negroes tended to observe that along with their fading skin color, they lost the flattened nose, the broader lips, and the woolly hair that marked the Africans. This is a perplexing claim because the medical disorders that leach skin and sometimes hair color do not change the features. And while one cannot be sure what motivated these extraordinary claims, the results of this irrational beliefs are clear. The purported loss of all external manifestations of race fueled the argument that to discover what constituted a Negro, it is necessary to go deeper under the skin, to dissect. The collect delusion that white Negroes were acquiring European facial features helped drive the impetus from the eventual surgical dissection of blacks to find the internal physiological markers and meaning of the blackness. Not only did Barnum's white Negroes intrigue the public, but their exhibition also coincided with the fad of medicine. In every major city and in scores of smaller towns, physicians as well as gawkers hungrily thronged these exhibitions, and white Negroes posed a challenge to physicians who strove to understand the medical reason for the medical import of this transformation. Now, physicians knew of albinism, a set of hereditary conditions that causes people to be born without the melanin that gives color to skin, hair, and the pupils of the eye. They had encountered a few blacks born with genetic masochism, which causes permanently molted skin with both white and black patches. Now, medical descriptions of black hermaphrodites and leopard boys my bad. Medical descriptions of the black hermaphrodites and leopard boys appeared in the literature at least as early as 1754. And Charles Darwin had once given a photograph of such a leopard boy to the Museum of the Royal College of Surgeons. When a black person exhibited masochism or albinism, physicians wrote him up in medical journals, displayed him in hospitals, and sometimes took him on the road displaying him for money. However, doctors did not understand that most people who were born black but whose skin was gradually turning white suffered from vitiligo, a medical condition in which the skin's melanin-bearing cells, or melanocytes, gradually lose their color for a variety of reasons. And this medical disorder affects both blacks and whites. But the darker skin of the African Americans makes vitiligo a very dramatic condition, whereas in whites, it can be nearly imperceptible. Of course, scientists also knew the matings between blacks and whites could produce offspring who were very light skinned or who appeared white. And conventional wisdom denied that white men were impregnating the black women they owned. But the public display of a white child born to a black woman immediately evoked the uh, spectral spectral white father lurking in the background. Misconjugation is a misnomer for the matings between blacks and whites because of the word from the Latin miscure, or to meet, meaning to mix, and genus, race, refers to matings between two specific races, separate races, rather than the interspecies mating that takes place between whites and blacks in interracial relationships. What they call it, interspecies, intraspecies. However, such mating was denied by physicians and carnival barkers as the genesis of white Negroes. Whatever their genesis, most scientists took a dim view of the white Negro. They perceived in him or her a variety of challenges to the primacy, status, and security of the white race, and with it, to nascent American scientific culture. Nascent, Nascent, nascent. This is because the scientific culture of the 19th century still relied upon taxonomy and categorization. Movement within taxonomies, such as the Carl Loon's celebrated evolutionary schemes, was possible, but such transitions had to be logical, predicted by and explained by medical theory. It would not do to have categories, schemes, and classifications of people called into questions by such unpredicted changes as Negroes who inexplicably and illogically insisted upon turning white. They could not be explained by theory, so they contradicted and threatened the classification scheme and therefore the social order of things. Some men of science, notably Stan Hope Smith, rightly deduced that intermarriage was causing the Europeanizing of black features and that eventually skin color distinctions could disappear if black-white unions were allowed to proceed unchecked. You better do something about that. The niggas gonna turn white. However, most scientists of the period believed that race was deeper than skin color, and that a white Negro was still a Negro. The birth of a white child from black mothers also reminded whites that untold numbers of Negroes were passing for white. A light society and circulars. Foreign visitors to the South, who often harbored anti-slavery sentiments, remarked openly upon the difficulty of discerning the race of people whom they met. When the Duke de la Roche, when the Duke de la Rochefoucauld Lancourt visited Thomas Jefferson at Monticello, he pointedly observed that his host owned many mongrel Negroes who neither in point of color nor features shewed the least trace of their original descent. Jefferson's statesmen and scientists found white Negroes very disturbing, and when he wrote about them at some length in his 1783 Notes of the State of Virginia, he took pains to banish the specter of misconjugation miscegenation, by recounting genealogies demonstrating that the parents of these anomalies were all unquestionably black, And because DNA evidence has lent credibility to claims that he fathered children with his enslaved mistress, Sally Hemings, there may have been personal motives for Jefferson's discomfort. Many scientists also speculated uncomfortably that Negroes who were born white would gain the capability to pass ad infinitum by bestowing their acquired white skin on their progeny. And perhaps this is why Jefferson undertook a survey to reassure himself that white Negroes were not proliferating. And such insecurities may also explain a peculiar corrective measure introduced into 1854 by a Dr. Louis Bergs of Mississippi. He announced that his medical research had produced a tincture that would make a white man black and would make his children black as well. Loeberg supplemented this discovery with a wash that would transform his white's hair into Negro wool. Would love to see that. The fear that white Negroes would usurp the favored evolutionary positions of whites certainly abetted the belief, promulgated by scientific racists such as Josiah Nutt, that mulattoes were too frail, feeble, and infertile to reproduce their own kind for many generations. And in fact, the term mulatto comes from the Spanish word for mule, a sterile cross between a horse and a donkey. So a mulatto is supposed to be a sterile cross between the pink folks and the niggas. Jefferson and other scientists who were desperately seeking distinctions between whites and the white Negroes are differentiated between the disagreeable pallor of white Negroes and the healthily ruddy skin of true whites. Is that what it's supposed to mean, ruddy? Is that what it means? Italian scientist Cesare Lombroso took pains to observe that authentically white skin was always touched with red, and that the Negro's inability to blush was seen as a distinctly racial characteristic that revealed a person's savage African race by revealing his inherent shamelessness. Jefferson's quest to distinguish the Negro did not stop at the surface. He insisted that blackness resided not in the superficial changeable skin of the Negro, but rather that it was a permanent badge of inferiority that resided deeper within the body. Whether the black of the Negro reside in the reticular membranes between the skin and the scarf skin itself, whether it proceeds from the color of the blood, the color of the bile, or from that of some other secretion, the difference is fixed in nature. Jefferson and his fellow scientific racists did not know what blackness was, and they did not know where it was. They only knew that it simply had to be there, permanently, somehow. Many scientists of the era, like their forebears, devoted themselves to pursuing the elusive inner markers of the blackness. Dr. J.H. Jeanbelt compiled a list of 47 physical traits other than skin color that distinguish blacks, and Josiah Nott made a list of 25, from black areas of the Negro brain to darkened blood and internal organs to the pendulous breast of African women. Every scientist had his pet method of revealing a Negro. And Cartwright and other early scientific racists had insisted all black racial attributes, visible and invisible, had one meaning. These differences indelibly marked the Negro as the inferior, submissive, knee-bender, and son of Ham of the Bible. A change of the skin color could not change this, and scientists had passed over the threshold of anatomical dissection as the popular event that Joyce Heath's autopsy, had portended. Joyce Hess. Jefferson insisted that scientists seeking the set of the Negro's blackness should resort to the anatomical knife, to optical glasses, to analysis by fire or by solvents. And late 19th century scientists had grown dissatisfied with biblical injunctions and impatient. Skin color had become a treacherous signal, and whites were faced with the atmosphere of escalating social urgency. Ridiculed as barbarians by their former colonizers, England, and by most of Europe as well, Americans felt they could ill afford to be characterized as a nation of mongrels and mere pretenders to white status. Black skin could no longer consistently and reliably designate a Negro, so it was critically important to find other means of detection. Physicians, scientists felt long-delayed medical winds of change traversing the Atlantic that had made anatomical investigation with human bodies the gold standard of medical research. And driven by social changes such as the imminent failure of chattel slavery and the emergence of the white Negroes, scientists were eager to delve more deeply under the skin of African Americans. And they wished to discover clues to the race, that were more than skin deep, to invade the skin and to peel away the musculature, to unfurl the intestines and to calibrate the bones. And in this way, they felt they could understand the nature of race and regain control over the Black bodies that were slipping from their intellectual and literal grasps. And that was the end of chapter 3. Chapter 3 of the medical apartheid, Circus Africanus. Circus Africanus. And we'll come back the next episode in episode show time, and come back with chapter 4, the surgical theater, Black bodies in the antebellum clinic. Yeah, like I said, it was gonna be a short one today because we didn't have that long. We only had like 3 pages left from the earlier reading, but it is what it is. But we got it out. We finished, man. We finished that. We finished chapter 3, man. So we did 25. We worked our body. We worked our body, worked our mind. We definitely worked our mind with Miss Harriet A. Washington's medical apartheid with finishing up chapter 3. All praises to the Most High. Now it's time to work our body one more time. So get your ass up. Get your lazy ass up. Let's do 25 things. 25 or whatever you can do and do it effectively. Feel it. Don't cheat yourself. Work yourself. It's just 25 things. That ain't nothing. You can do 5, huh? You're not that weak, huh? I thought y'all was strong out there. So you do your 25, whatever it is that your body can, safely do. But you got to start somewhere. Let's just start somewhere. Let's start somewhere, and then let's keep trying to build upon that habit. Let's keep pushing that. I'm gonna get my 25. I'm gonna do 25 more. These little push-ups. Get them out of the way. And then that'll be it for tonight. And we'll pick up tomorrow morning at some time. Tomorrow morning for sure. With the next episode of Reading with SHILO and pick up on chapter 4, man. Chapter 4. We're gonna make it. All right. Let's get mine. Let's get my 25 in. I hope you got your 25 done. If not, get your 25 ready to go. 25 ready to go and go. Hurry up. Shit. Drop and give me 25, SHILO. Nobody want to hear that shit, SHILO. Give me 25. God damn it. Roger that, drill sergeant. Make me 5, drill sergeant. Make me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, drill sergeant. 5, drill sergeant. 6, drill sergeant. 7 drill sergeant, 8 drill sergeant, 9 drill sergeant, 10 drill sergeant, 11 drill sergeant. Don't stop, Shiloh. 11 drill sergeant, 12 drill sergeant, 13 drill sergeant, 14 drill sergeant, 15 drill sergeant, 16 drill sergeant, 17, 18, 19, almost there. Keep pushing. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and one more. Bye, y'all. We out there. 25 drill sergeant. Hurry up. Hey, that was that, man. I don't like my necklace clacking against the, they both wood, but I don't like it clacking against that damn stump. I want to chip in my paint. Don't chip my candy. Anyway, man, I appreciate everybody who stopped by. Listen, lend me their ears for a minute. Lend me their eyes for a minute for the live. Hey, man, we got through it. We did our thing. We're going to keep pushing. So, man, I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Until next time, man. We're going to keep pushing so we can see what we can learn and grow from in each one of these books, man. One book at a time, one session at a time, one section at a time, one chapter at a time. Shit, line upon line, here a little, and there a little, till we find some shit we can learn and grow from and apply to our life. You know, because we have all that we need to succeed, and you can do it. Succeed, baby. Shiloh Hammer is going to continue. I'm out. Shiloh. Shalom, everybody. I'm out, chill.